managed to grab an OLED Switch recently, and I absolutely love it. I have one of the launch edition Switches, but the battery life wasn't the best, and I honestly didn't enjoy gaming in handheld mode as much as I wanted to. I always found that I would rather just play some of my games on the TV instead, but I have been exclusively using the OLED in handheld mode. It just looks that good. A lot of people feel that it didn't take long for Nintendo to put out a Switch revision, but the console came out 4 years ago. To put that into perspective, the Wii came out roughly 5 to 6 years after the GameCube. The Switch really is the culmination of every Nintendo product that has come out in the past 20 years, from the obvious portability of their handhelds, the motion controls of the Wii, and it's basically all we wanted the Wii U to be, being that it's able to play console quality games everywhere. The Wii U obviously touched upon that. If you were close enough to the bathroom, you could game while you took a shit. But now we have infinite freedom with the Switch. Now you can play it while taking a shit at the Walmart bathroom. You're not just limited to your own. It was a genius idea. People love Nintendo's handhelds and their consoles.
We gave you DS, a new Game Boy, and new games to play on them. And now you say, you want a revolution? We've got one.
And some of them sold super well, especially Nintendo's handhelds. They have dominated the market for years. So it was only natural the technology would get to the point where they could combine the two. And now, they're killing it. So what's next? You see, Nintendo have kind of backed themselves into a corner here. Now that they have combined their handheld and home console experience, I don't think much people are going to want it any differently. All they can do now is make more powerful revisions of the Switch. I'm sure at some point there will be a Switch Pro or 2 or whatever you want to call it. And that really brings me to the point I'm trying to make. Does the line end with the Switch? Sure, they can introduce new ideas. I mean, something that's missing that I really loved from the Wii U are options like having the inventory or the map on the tablet screen. Also, some of the mini games in Nintendo Land are the most fun I've ever had in a party game. If you didn't have a Wii U, which, let's be honest, is pretty likely, there were games where what you saw on the gamepad was different from what the other players saw on TV. So if you were a ghost in the Luigi's Mansion minigame, you could see everyone and yourself, but no one could see you. Now, the Switch can't do that. You can't have a display on the TV and on the tablet screen at the same time. But maybe in a later revision of the Switch, it could wirelessly connect you to the dock and become a part of the experience. That would be really cool, but at the end of the day, it would still be that hybrid home console and handheld experience at its core. If Nintendo ever decided to split the two, I don't think that would go over well with fans. And let me be clear, I don't personally have a problem with them just expanding upon the idea of the Switch. That's fine. It'll just be weird if that's what it comes to, considering Nintendo has built an entire identity about not only being different from the competitors, but trying to be different from themselves every console generation. With the motion control fad kind of going away, and I don't really think Nintendo could do VR better than other companies such as Oculus, I have a hard time wrapping my mind around what Nintendo could do next. That's not to say there isn't something Nintendo could do, but I do think it has to heavily revolve around their consoles being handheld from now on. And here's the thing, Nintendo already has competitors coming out against the Switch, the Steam Deck being a huge example, and it's going to graphically outperform the Switch by miles. And what if Xbox wanted to take a stab at it? They put a lot of power into a tiny console such as the Series S. I'd like to imagine they could probably make a pretty powerful handheld. And with how they've integrated the Xbox experience across console, PC, and streaming, they could probably make playing on a Series X, for example, and then picking the game back up on a handheld pretty seamless. Not only that, but Nintendo is severely far behind in their online network and interface. There is no party chat, aside from that phone app, but let's be honest, most people are just going to use Discord at that point, and you can't even message friends either. These are features that the PS Vita had in 2011. Not to mention, online play can be pretty hit or miss most of the time. The Steam Deck is going to have most likely none of these issues. And I'm not endorsing this, but it is just a reality you have to face You will probably be able to emulate the Switch on the Steam Deck and possibly get better performance. There's footage online of Metroid Dread running 4K on his PC with a GTX 1060 graphics card, which isn't even a powerful card. If Nintendo wants the Switch to be the identity of their company going forward, that's fine, but they absolutely have to be doing it better than their competitors. Nintendo has great games, and that can get them pretty far, but as we saw with the Wii U, that doesn't always necessarily matter. And to give them the benefit of the doubt, in the past, Nintendo has done well despite being the less powerful hardware. Just look at the DS and 3DS in comparison to the PlayStation P and Vita. And who knows, the next revision or sequel to the Switch could really kick ass. Or maybe they have some new innovation on the way that I don't know about. The point of this video is not to crap on Nintendo or the Switch. Despite all these issues I've talked about, I still have a lot of fun playing the Switch and I'm a big Nintendo fan. But they have seemingly cemented themselves into a section of the market that is going to have a lot of competition, and I just hope they can do better. But thanks for watching this video. I would love to hear anyone's thoughts on this. If there's something I missed, feel free to talk about it in the comments. I would love to have a discussion about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's been a while since I posted after that Ouija video did pretty well, but I was going through some stuff and I'm in a much better place now and plan to be making more content like that video as well as this one. Catch you guys later. Thank you.